What's up, YouTube? Derek420 for real here, and I got a battle with Blaarg from Abra's Asylum, Zat, or Zlane, as YouTube goes, and he leads off with Gardevoir. I lead off with a Venusaur. I go for the Sleep Powder, it hits. So now he's going to withdraw, and I bring in his Febreze, which is a Vileplume, and I'm going to Growth on it. And I just want to see how much this Leaf Storm's going to do, because I don't want to overpredict and him switch out or whatnot. It doesn't do too much. I get my special attack down. He goes for the Stun Spore, and he misses. So that's good for me, but I'm going to switch out now. And I'm going to my Registeel to take the status attack, which is Stun Spore. So now I got to paralyze Registeel, and he's gaining Lefty's recovery. And he goes for a Teeter Dance to confuse me, which is no problem because Registeel is just used for a wall. And I'm going to T-Wave him back to slow him down for anything else that's going to come in. And he gets paralyzed on this turn. And he goes for the Hidden Power, and I know it's the Hidden Power fighting or fire. I'm not sure which one. But it's super effective, but it doesn't do shit, so I'm not worried. And I hurt myself in confusion, which kind of sucks for me. But, you know, this is kind of like a hacky battle. But he withdraws Febreze, and he goes back into his Evil Eye. And as I go for the Stealth Rocks on the switch. And Registeel has did his job. He crippled the Vileplume and he set up rocks. Now I'm going to go for the Shadow Claw because it's super effective against the Gardevoir. He didn't know, he predicted the S-Toss, I'm sure. And it doesn't do that much because I have no attack EVs in this thing or whatever. And he withdraws, predicted in the Shadow Claw again, goes into his Regice. And I go for the Shadow Claw again just to get some damage off, whatever. I get a crit, which doesn't really do anything anyway. And I get some lefties. He hits me with a Focus Blast, which I did not expect whatsoever. But it really doesn't do as much as it should. And he takes Life Orb Recoil, so now I know he's Life Orb. So now I'm going to switch out, predicting the Focus Blast again. And I trace his Clear Body. And the Focus Blast hits, and because I resist it, it doesn't do much. So now the fact is, I'm going to go for a Focus Blast of my own to try to kill off his Regice, and that's one wall down. So now he sends in Death, and I didn't know the Sucker Punch was coming, so I lose my Gardevoir to Stupidity, but it's okay. My Gardevoir goes down. He takes Life Orb Recoil, and I realize another one's Life Orb, and I bring in Zangoose. And Zangoose I set up, which was stupid. I've never used a Zangoose before, but he goes straight for the Mega Horn, and it's going to one-hit KO me. And he's going to take a little more Life Orb Recoil. So I go back into Venusaur to scare him off. He already has a Pokemon asleep. No, I knocked it out. My bad. And I go for the Sludge Bomb, predicting that he's to switch into something to resist Grass. And he brings in a Meganium, and the Meganium gets raped by the Sludge Bomb. And he gets the leftovers. I go for the Sludge Bomb again to kill the Meganium. And I'm sure that was a wall, but it's down now. So he goes into Psychopath, which is just Metasham. And I thought I could live at least one. And to my surprise, we were both agreeing that I could live this, but I don't. And my Venusaur goes down. So I go into my Arcanine, my Scarf Arcanine, to get the Intimidate off. And he withdraws. And he's predicting the Fire move. So I went for the, I think it was Hidden Power. No, Flamethrower. I went for the Flamethrower. And that's going to do a little bit to the Gardevoir. And it's still asleep, so that's good for me. I'm going to go for another one just to kill it off. And he's not fearing that I have anything to put anything else to sleep, so he's not really worried about that now. And he goes back into Death. And I figure I should just hit it with another Flamethrower. He Sucker Punches, gets a good amount of damage on me, and takes some Life Orb Recoil. And I Flamethrower, and I think that should knock it out, and it does. So that's down. He's got 2 Pokemon left. One's paralyzed, and he's back to his Metacham. And I'm just going to Flamethrower just to get some damage off on it. And means I'm faster, and it does a lot. And he goes for the Brick Break, which is going to kill me. And now we're down to, he has 2, this one's almost dead. I should have predicted the switch, but I went for the Aqua Jet just to try to kill it off. And this is a Choice Banded Azumarill. And Aqua Jet does a little bit, even though he's banded. But I'm fearing the Grass move, so I'm going to get the hell out of there. And I'm going to go back to Registeel as Death Fodder. But he gets the Power Hacks on the switch, so I get a free switch in, which is great for me. And now I get lefties, and he goes for the hidden power again, and I know from the last ones that it's not going to do all that much. So I'm not even really sweating it, but I get the paralyze. So he got a free turn, and we get some lefties, both of us. And I'm going to switch out, predicting the hidden power fire again into my bandit Muriel, and he gets paralyzed again. So I got another free switch in, which is great. And I'm going to go for the return, knowing that he doesn't have any Pokemon to resist it, no ghost or nothing, but it doesn't one-hit KO. And he gets paralyzed again, so that really screwed him again. So I'm going to go for the return again, because I'm locked in the return, and that's going to kill the Vileplume. And he goes into his last, which is his Medicham, and it is almost dead, and he goes for the Thunder Punch, but me being at max HP, I can live that. But if he'd have critted, he thinks he'd have killed, but I don't think it would have killed either way. I return, and that is game. Good game, had fun.